Good morning and welcome back to WKNI TV 25 Good News segment. And by golly, I'll tell you what, I don't think this set's looked much purtier on a two-time basis than it has now. I mean, twice as purty. I had a beautiful wife there for 38 years, and then you all step in here, and I'm like going, I can see all them men out there just going, look at that job that he has. Woo woo. Welcome to WKNI TV 25.
Thank you.
I'm telling
Good
you,
morning.
Great folks over here, some pretty smiles and just a lot of fun. And you folks, when I tell you what their job is, you're going to sit there and go, huh? I thought they were all shriveled up little old ladies and stuff. But there are librarians. They're the people over at the library. Look at you. You put that myth, we myth busted that one, didn't we?
That's a big stereotype.
It is,
with the
yeah.
glasses and the buns.
And the buns,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, the reason why we wear our hair buns is so we can let it back down when we get off. So.
You guys are awesome over there. Great facility. We have just so much assets. We talk about the assets in our community here all the time, like LBW or school systems. Ted Watson, you know that crazy guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Boy, I did say crazy guy. He's loony. I mean, he's bigger than me too.
Well, you better watch what you say then.
But no, he came over and took over my TV show one morning.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, he
He's
did.
a little bit of a ham.
Mm-hmm.
He is the ham. Had to think about that and say, no, he is the ham. But we got some great assets in this community.
We do.
And the one that's hardly talked about, for whatever strange reason, up until today, has been the library.
Well, libraries have always been such benign institutions, and everybody just expects us to be there. And the only time we really hear anything about libraries is if we do something wrong.
But we do a lot right.
Right. So we don't get that message.
You guys got, I mean, I want to go, as you walk in the door, okay, you go through the double door. That's there for weather reasons, to keep it warm or keep it cold.
Right.
And then you go in and you sit there and you see a bank of computers here. Good memory, huh?
Yeah.
All the pretty women over here, okay, around this desk. And then another pretty woman stuck all the way in the back room back there on the left. Who's that?
I don't know.
I think her name is, let's see, let me get this right. Karin Taylor?
Oh boy, you're on it today, aren't you?
I'm telling you. Karin Taylor, the director of the library, and then this beautiful young, they look like twins. Y'all, I swear. Now, there's something genetically correct here on the two of you.
That'd be kind of weird because my mother's from Germany. Your dad ever travel overseas?
My mom's from Heath.
Boy, we got the German Heath connection going here now. Ooh,
dangerous.
Rumors start right here. And I heard librarians are pretty,
What happens in the library stays in the
library. Exactly. Exactly.
Are we really going where we want to go?
No, we don't. We're not. we need to go somewhere else.
But we have Caryl Lee
Ray.
And you just got married.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, whose husband made coffee?
My husband made coffee this morning.
Boy, sir, if you're watching, don't start now, okay? Just kidding. Yeah, but anyway, that's wonderful. And, you know, my wife and I have been together 38 years.
Wow.
Never been married, but no, I'm just kidding.
You are now, whether you know it or not.
Oh, the big secret's out now in Andalusia. No, we got a wedding certificate, don't we?
Somewhere.
I got a birth certificate. I'm better than the president. But anyway, going from there, getting back to the library, I got to ask you though. I talked to you, I think it was a while back. I love art.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and I'm fascinated with culture art and folk art, and you've got something at that library. Every time I go by, I really want to stop and touch and that horse.
Oh, I know. Isn't it wonderful?
It's
and we
beautiful.
we have a wonderful art exhibit going on now that features Margot Russell's.
See, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
okay.
you go into the Dixon room.
I'll be there today.
Go into the Dixon room, and you will be blown away by the color and the just excellence and the imagination of these kids that they put in their artwork. And if you wanted to, come in even with your cameras or whatever.
We will.
Oh.
It's all deal. Children's art.
Children, and what's so really neat, there's about 5 paintings of the Peanut Lady that's up there. That you.
Oh yeah.
And Those are so good.
You know that lady, I talk to her all the time. I switch vehicles on her now, and she kind of stares at me. But when we used to drive by the old WKNI vehicle, she'd sit there and she'd just start waving, and she's just a wonderful person. Have you ever talked with her?
I've never talked
just
to her.
briefly,
Very
but
intelligent
they have
lady.
really exemplified how just, I mean, it's a beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get
all
them.
different.
We're going to get those.
Oh,
The
great.
Dixon Room, you mentioned that.
Yes.
That's available for lots of things.
Yes, it's available for civic clubs and educational organizations. We don't do bridal showers or wedding showers or things like that. We emphasize education and civic.
The history or historian or historical society meets there.
They're meeting tonight. Right?
Oh, is it tonight?
Uh-huh.
I might go up and show up over there.
Sure,
See
yeah.
my buddy John Scherf. Does he come in very often?
Yeah, he does every now and then. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I ain't gonna be mean to him. He's a lawyer. You know what lawyers do when you're mean to him?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I ain't gonna be mean to John Scherf. He's got a big name in this town. Scherf, man, by golly, that's a lot of history.
Yeah, they did a lot for the town.
Well, also you have the AARP that meets there.
Right.
And just other organizations. So that's the type of, it's got a kitchen facility.
Right. It seats about 70 people.
Wow.
There's a pull-down screen where
Podium,
right? TV, VCR, DVD player, just a lot of things that are available for people to use as far as with their clubs and their organizations.
And that was built through the Dixon Foundation.
Yes, it was. It was built in the late 1970s, around 78, 79.
Well, those folks have done a lot for this community.
They have done a lot, yeah. They have.
And that's where our children's programs will be held this summer.
Cool. That's where you're going to be at.
That's where I'll be.
Because you're over the children's department kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We usually cram about 200, 300 in that little 70.
Ooh,
well,
don't let the fire marshal hear
that. That's with all the chairs.
That's with all the chairs and tables
pulled
moved
back,
out.
and they're sitting on the
Yes.
floor and everything. And we're going to have some really, really great programs this year. We're really proud of. Caryl put some really good stuff together, and she can tell you a little bit more about that.
Well, we're going to get there too. I'm trying to go through this piece by piece
I
so we put it all
see.
together.
Okay, you're seeing the whole picture.
I do, because we got a whole picture
Right.
with that library.
Yes.
And now, technology,
Yes.
okay, is ruining, in my opinion, a big, valuable asset. You know where I'm going?
No, it's not actually. Libraries have always
See, I don't like these things, okay?
You don't? Well,
no.
but they're just another tool.
These things are smarter than me.
Well, I
They
read
call them smartphones.
Yeah, I read somewhere that if you'd have told somebody 30 years ago that they would be able to walk around with a device in their pocket that would access the entirety of human knowledge, and they use it to look at pictures of cats, their mind would have been blown. My mind is still blown by our technology, but our technology, libraries have traditionally always kept up with the newest things to be able to offer people, and technology just happens to be one of them.
Well, we got to mention smartphones for a second. There was a thing on, I forgot what channel it was last night, one of the news programs. But remember Voyager?
Voyager.
It's the
spaceship, yes,
that's out there in space.
It's got the
Right.
Andalusia.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like 60 years later. Excuse me, and it's going and going and going. It's like a Timex watch.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's huge. It's about the size of this building, if not bigger, in space. And the scientists that designed it held up this phone and said they could have made 10,000 of those.
Yeah. With that technology.
With that technology.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's compared to, what do you say, a computer versus a person grinding sticks together to make fire.
Well, yeah.
The technology is
the way it's
advanced
advancing.
that far. And so when we're talking about the library having technology, I'm okay. I see the computers in there. You can go on the internet.
Right.
Okay, you can do research and studies there. But the schools are going to these little things called iPads.
Right.
And things. How about y'all?
Well, we really don't have the money to be able to loan out iPads. They're expensive. But we do have the capability of providing free access to ebooks.
Okay.
And they can go through the Alabama Virtual Library Service, which is a service that's provided through the Alabama Public Library Service. And what you would do is you would come to the library, get this Alabama Virtual Library card. We would input the information into it. Then you could actually use this library card, this ABL card at your home. You can access over 70 different databases that has millions and millions of articles in it, quite a few free ebooks. The majority of the ebooks are nonfiction right now, but we're also working toward, and I see you got your card.
I do. I'm sitting here going, why did I get that one?
Yeah, working toward getting ebooks for our patrons to be able to check out through our website. Now, that is a process that I'm constantly looking back on and trying to, because it's evolving, just like any other technology. And when we first started looking into it, I didn't really, there were so many things that weren't compatible with each other, like the Nook and the Kindle and the iPad or whatever. So I'm looking into some different technology that will end up saving the library money. And it may take a little bit longer, but it will be a process that will save the taxpayers money and will be a better experience for our patrons.
Well, looking at that and thinking about how technology has changed over the years, the process is moving forward. Now, I know I'm not trying to be funny all the time, but librarians, I mean, it just brings it out in me, okay?
What is it about us?
I don't know, but, you know, the first thing people think about, I thought about it before y'all came today. I sat there and said, do I have any outstanding books? You know.
We'll send the library police.
The library police.
I'll never forget that. I'd sit there, you owe $40 on that book. What? The book's only worth $5, I'll buy it, you know? And then, so with ebooks, that's eliminated.
Yeah, it is. It's eliminated.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
So you lose funding.
Well,
I was one of the major funders back in the day.
No, well, look at it this way. We don't charge that much. We charge a nickel a day for an overdue book. But see, we're not trying to get the money. We're trying to get the book back. That's all we're trying to do, because sometimes these books are out of print. We can't get them again.
I got to ask. This is going away from what's the biggest, largest, which is the correct word, I guess, library find that you've ever collected?
Well, that we didn't collect it, but it was around $170-something. And see what that was, though, it was a family that had checked out a lot of books. And what we do is, whenever a book becomes a certain time overdue, we don't go over the price of the book. You just have to pay for the book. Some of those books are $25. Some of those books, it depends on which ones you get. You can't get a children's book anymore for under $20, basically.
Right.
And
so if you want to mention their names and embarrass them, you pay.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
So anyway, that'll eliminate the worrying about getting the book back on time.
Yes.
So once you download it, it's there for you to read at your leisure.
Well, yes. You have a certain window, because the area I'm looking at right now, one of the reasons why I was going to go with them and then I decided not to was because they had a limited checkout thing. You can check out a book for just so many times, and if you own a physical book, you can check out that book 100 times to 100 different people. But I don't want to have that ebook available and only 50 people be able to get it. And so I spent the money on that ebook when I could have got the hard copy book and have it access to a lot more people. And that's why I'm looking at different things other than what I've been looking for.
Storage is crucial.
Storage is absolutely crucial.
And when you're looking at all these hardcover paperback books, it's very difficult to think. Now, I'm going to throw a little surprise on you.
No, don't do that.
Back when I was in elementary school, not long ago, I was a librarian assistant.
Well, I'll be darned.
And back when we had cards, we had to categorize them and all that. That's what I did. Boy, I'd walk out there going, ooh.
Saying your ABCs over and over
again. Yeah, we do that anyway. We ABCD find out where we're at.
Well, reading is, and I'm not using this as a joke, but reading is fundamental.
It is.
And people are not, see, I'm going to get in trouble with y'all because I'm going to say something that may be taken wrong, and I'm not saying it with you all's approval or not, I'm just saying Eddie is saying it, but reading has become not a primary issue for the higher grades is what I'm saying. When you look at Facebook, I'm just saying, okay, U instead of Y-O-U is U, the letter.
Right.
Okay, R, like art, is the letter R. There. Okay, or later, L8R.
Yeah.
We're not you can't comprehend that. You know, you can, but you can't.
Yeah, but you can also look at it this way. Language has always been an evolving thing. And
That's pretty lazy.
it is. It is.
It is.
I mean, it's very lazy, but I'm sure that when they are in school and they're in college, they don't do that.
You know, writing papers and things, they would have to use proper grammar.
I think that this is sort of a social type thing, and I don't think it's anything that's really going to, I mean, yeah, some kids probably never will get past that, but I think the majority will. And it's just, and like I said, language is always evolving.
Well, I know that our higher ups in the state say math and reading are the two top things they want taught in the schools.
Right.
And here's where I'm going to bring up another subject, history.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody knows history anymore unless you go to the library.
Yeah.
And I've been mentioning that on Facebook this past week with Memorial Day.
Yeah.
People don't know what Memorial Day really is. They're saying, hey, thank you for being a veteran. I appreciate that, okay?
Yeah.
But it's more for the fallen,
Right.
the ones in the
Right.
past.
Right.
Memorial is a key word.
Yeah.
And but you know, I'd love to see more put into history. But one of the things that we have at that library is the history.
Well, that's one thing that
yes.
libraries have always provided, is it's a lifelong learning center. And there's something there for everybody. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. We'll get it through our library loan, whatever.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to start looking at some of these other programs. You got something? Can I see that?
Sure.
I want to see that. That looks like a hand puppet. Or
It is a hand puppet. We do puppet shows every Friday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. There we go.
Yeah.
We
I'm
have
stealing this.
we have big
morning,
puppets and little
everybody.
puppets.
This is the moose. Raccoon? No.
It looks like a bear.
I think
to
it
me.
may be a wolf and a bear and a penguin and
Bear, and a bear, teddy bear, and a tacoon.
these would be your friends from Alaska.
Alaska. Oh, that the polar bear. Rrr, I'm the boss. Hey, he's a thumb. You know, if you don't have a thumb, you can't do anything.
Oh no, I've seen monkeys do a lot of things.
I'm gonna, we're gonna pursue that comment right after these messages. And then we'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back to WKNI TV 25 Good News segment. How better good news can you get better? See, I ain't reading a whole lot either now, I'm telling you. But no, the library we have here in this community, if you haven't been in there, like me, I got my card now, but it's gorgeous and it's well maintained and it's got lots and lots of things going on in there. We've had a little bit of fun the first segment of this, talking about different things. We had the hand puppet thing. Oh boy, I'm gonna have fun with that. You can leave that behind. I don't know if you ever seen me years ago. I had 3 monkeys. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. It was all political. Boy, I can have fun with that one.
Oh no. Politics and libraries do not mix.
We don't mix.
No. I'm not talking about for y'all. But anyhow, we got programs that are designed for our community and our children, and that's where the knowledge base has to start, is at the children.
Right.
And so tell us a little about what's going on. We've been talking, but you're the big boss, okay? Yeah, she's the one with the roller yardstick. Whack!
I'm the one that gets yelled at if something goes wrong.
Oh,
She's got our back.
well, we got Caryl Lee Ray, just newly married, and her husband made coffee this morning. And tell us a little about what you got going on. I love your puppet.
Thank you.
You brought little guys here too. I wish we could get a camera shot of that.
That's my librarian Legos.
Okay. That's a book.
That's a book, and it's a red-headed librarian.
Lord.
There are so many ways, and you that know me out there know, Eddie, why didn't you just grab that and run with it? I'll behave. Go ahead, red-headed librarian.
We have a lot of stuff going on this summer. Every Thursday in June at 3 o'clock, we have a big program in our Dixon room. The children get to come. We do ask that parents stay with the children. We have magicians. We have the McWayne Science Center that'll be coming down. We have the very first one. We have a 1 o'clock program where the BB Fuzz is coming, and it's called the Real Rock Band. And this is something different that we've never done before. We usually concentrate on younger children, but this is sort of like a preteen, middle school age, where they get to experiment with guitars, keyboards. They get to actually try to make their own rock band.
Right.
And he does a program with them at 1 o'clock. And at 3 o'clock, we're going to do our balloon send-off. And we blow up about 300 balloons, and we go out in the parking lot, and we send them off. And that's our,
neat.
it is so neat to watch them go out.
When's that going to be?
That will be next Thursday at 3 o'clock.
Oh, I hope we can get that live
I hope
connection
so.
set up downtown. Boy,
The balloon
it
lift will be
needs
at
to
2:50.
The balloon lift is at 2:50. The program starts at 3. The children are amazing when they go out with these balloons and they go up, and just to see them go through the trees and to see them.
It's so cool.
Just seeing you explain it is like, you love this stuff.
I love my job. I have the best job in the whole world. And then we'll go in and we'll do our programs. We have Skip the Magic Guy. He'll be the last Thursday, but every Thursday in June we have a program. Skip brings a live rabbit, and he does these neat tricks, and he always promises if he makes a child disappear that he will bring them back.
Some parents go, oh, you got it, you keep them.
The whole program is dig into reading. We're all about promoting, digging into reading. We've done splash into reading, dive into reading, but the dig into reading we get to do. We were talking about Egyptians and mummies and.
Ooh, one of my favorite subjects.
My boss wouldn't let me put a sarcophagus up in the library with the whole mummy thing because we didn't want to scare the children.
Actually, because we couldn't get one.
Well, I got a coffin if you need one.
There you
No,
go.
I don't doubt that.
She's getting to know me.
We went a different route, and we've got dinosaurs where they're displayed throughout the library, and we also have lots of farm things, shovels and rakes and vegetables. And one of the things that I would like to do is put out in a kiddie pool with the dirt and let the kids actually dig for potatoes. And
Bring them by here. Miss Teresa's got a little garden outside. They can dig up all the weeds.
there you go.
Yep,
It's a learning experience.
That's right. We'll put it live on TV.
I like that idea.
See, there we go. Digging and
Dig into reading.
and Teresa will love that. She'll get the garden weeded.
There you go. But we have lots of books about digging. We have books about mud puddles. We have books about farm animals and pigs and vegetables and worms. And we're going to have gummy worms. And we're going to have
Mummies and worms.
mummies and worms. We do all of it. Now, every Friday morning,
You're
though,
enjoying this too much.
I love
Hey, that's what we need.
I
Oh,
love
the
my job.
enthusiasm.
We dance and we sing and we read our stories. My biggest thing is that I like to get up before even the performers get up there. The kids get to bring in their artwork. They get to come in. They get to get hugs. They get to check out their books, put their names in the drawing for door prizes. It is just a fun place to be. It gets hot sometimes because there are a lot of little bodies sitting there on the floor. And I try to make sure that we get performers that actually get the kids to get up and move and get involved and do things. Now, every Friday morning we do, even throughout the school year, we do our children's story time at 10:30. And we do a puppet show, we do a song, we do a craft.
I went there once to record that,
You did
I think.
record
You did
that.
record that.
Yeah.
We have special visitors come in. We've had the fire department. We've had the post office. We've even had veterans come in. I have one little boy who means that we're going to do the pledge every week. The kids stand up. We practice putting our hand over our heart. We
That's
say the Pledge of
wonderful.
Allegiance. We sing our songs.
Under God, I hope is
Oh,
included.
of course.
Okay.
We do all of the, we do our stories. They get to help me tell stories. We do our puppet shows, and then we go out to the big part of the children's thing, and we do our craft, and we color, we glue. I don't get to do a lot of glitter because it doesn't seem to go away.
Gee, I wonder why.
That was a learning experience. But that is every Friday throughout the year. Every Thursday in June, we get to have the big programs in the Dixon Room. On Fridays, the library's open all the time. The children's department. We have a tree house. We have a dog house.
We have a boat.
We have a boat. We have a
Wow, all in this building.
yes.
Yeah.
The Dixons funded to have
Wow.
the room decorated. So we actually have trees that came from their land, and they posted them in the middle. So the trees come out over the library, and the landscaping that's painted on the walls is their forest.
Fascinating.
We
Based
have-
on the timber business.
Based on the timber business, and we have items from Grandpa's shed, you know.
History of our community. We were
Yeah.
talking
Yes.
about that.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, you're gonna have to get used to cameras coming in there. Here's the only situation on that. You must let us know when that's coming and when you are having events, and make sure we have permission to come in, which we got her here. and and we'll come videotape a lot of that and put it out there because we're very, very big on the education of our children. Okay, not just with reading and writing and that kind of things, but also we're kind of big on getting kids to know who our God is as well.
Right.
So we're very, very Christian orientated here. But if you can't read the Bible.
Well, if you can't read, you can't do your history. You can't do your math.
Right.
You can't do your science. The reading carries over in everything.
It does.
Exactly.
One of the goals that my personal children, I have 4 sons, that we do is every summer at the beginning of the
You
summer.
have 4 sons?
I have 4 sons.
And one's in college.
One is in college. He has a presidential scholarship.
Knock me over.
At the University of Alabama, and he's in the band, has a scholarship
Wow.
for the $1 Million Band. But a goal that we did, and we used to drive by the library, and they would go, look, it's our second home, because we were there so much, was at the beginning of the summer, we would say, we're going to read this many books this summer. And it may be 100 books, it may be 50
I
books.
got to stop just a second. You raised 4 boys,
Yes, sir.
okay, and you're still this enthusiastic about kids?
That's why I made sure when
Whoa.
our children's librarian was retiring that I looked up Caryl because she would come to our programs.
I remember her now when I went to
And
that.
she would do our programs
She's
for us.
that guy don't have to bring a rabbit. You're there.
It is, I'm telling you, I have the best job in the world.
I can't tell. I
It
can't
is
tell that you have.
fantastic.
Wow.
I have taught public school, I've taught preschool, I've been a stay-at-home mom, but the library is fantastic.
You remind me of my grandkids' kindergarten teacher over in Enterprise. What's her name? Miss Kraft. She is so bubbly and so loving and so energy and patience. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, I'd be over there going, this is 50 right here, and she's, oh, it's okay, and I'm like, wow.
Oh, no.
And the kids pick up on that.
They do,
Yeah,
and
and
they
that's-
do. And back in my day, and I'm not making excuses or anything, but discipline was done corporally, okay?
Yeah.
And I grew up with that. My kids kind of grew up with that. But now as I'm becoming more educated and seeing things how can be, words hurt more than the hand.
Yeah.
Words last.
Yeah. And actions last longer than a hand. But a well-placed hand every now and then is okay. And I think we'll all agree to some point on that. But sometimes it goes beyond that. But let's get away from that and go back to the library. All right. Children's stuff, we can stay here all day on that.
Oh, I could.
Okay. But I do know also that you all have adult programs.
We do. We are looking into starting a book club. We're trying to see right now what kind of enthusiasm we'll have for that. We also have a genealogy department, since you're talking about history.
Oh, I heard about that place.
And I mean, it's like one of the best in Southeast Alabama.
She's amazing. Our
Yeah.
genealogist,
I've
if
heard
they're dead,
many,
she can
many
find them.
comments.
Yeah, if they're dead, she
If they're
can
dead,
find
she
them.
can find them. She's
Anyway,
amazing.
Linda Davis is our genealogy librarian, and we have got the Andalusia Star News index back to the late 1800s on microfilm.
Wow.
And so, for instance, if there's a crime that was committed in 1932, you look under crime 1932, you find out who killed who, and then that tells you which microfilm to pull out, and then you pull it out.
Randy Franklin, you better be listening to this. He's our new guy that we're going to have doing the history.
Well, good.
We got a
good. He
history
needs to come.
program
He
coming
needs
up.
to come, and he needs to talk to Linda.
Yeah, he needs
Yeah.
to access our program.
Yeah,
Because we have got some wonderful things up there. I mean, some personal histories that you will not find from anywhere else because they're put together by local people. And we have people coming from anywhere from California from New York, Georgia, Florida, just all over the United States, just coming to check out our genealogy department.
Now that you mentioned that, do y'all mind being part of breaking news?
No. Well, I mean, I don't know what could we
Okay.
break about all these dead people, but
Well, you talked about her being able to find dead people.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lord,
no.
now we're getting
No, but did you know that I have on good source, there's a monument at the Covington County Courthouse.
We have researched the heck out of that monument.
Can
the
I-
guy didn't exist.
No, I used to let my children read that when I taught at public school. It is set to a fictional character.
Yeah.
But the ending of that story, he said, I hope that somebody will set up a monument in my honor because no man has ever loved his country as much as I, even though he was denied that.
Even though he's a fictional character.
Even though he's a fictional
But
character.
That's cool.
I mean, what other courthouse in the world has that?
Yeah.
Covington County
Covington
Courthouse.
And that's quirky, and I like quirky. I really like quirky folks.
Oh, wow. I like it. Hey, come to the library. You're going to have fun.
You will have fun at the library.
But, yeah, me and Randy Franklin were sitting out on the square one night here last week talking about the upcoming show that he's going to be hosting. And he says, do you realize that we've got a fake monument? And I said, a fake monument? He goes, yeah. He goes, this was done as a joke back in whatever, 1975. And I said, really? And then he took me to that monument, and I was like, no. And then I researched it, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. So y'all knew about it. It was in breaking news. Everybody knows it. How come I'm the last to know of all this? That is quirky, though.
It is quirky, but it's a neat piece of history.
It really is.
It's really neat to read that out loud to a group of students, and then to have them, and then say, now.
And when he wrote about that was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, the way, and I was like stuck to it for 2 nights. And I'm like, what are you reading? I'm reading about a dead guy. Really? What dead guy? Oh, he's not really dead. He's fake.
But he's on a ship, and he can't get off the ship. And
yeah. So it's like, okay. But that stuff and much more is available at the library.
Oh,
yes.
so much more.
See, I wouldn't have had to do what I did. I could have went to y'all and said, hey, what about that Nolan guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do.
we try to
really
keep
looked
up
it
on current things like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, we have movies, we have DVDs, we have books on tape, we have computer, we have Wi-Fi, we have the genealogy, we have the children's department.
We've got books by mail.
Books
You
by
can't make
mail.
it- Yeah, you can't make it to the library. We will be more than happy to send you a catalog of books that are available, or you can tell us a book that you may want. We will mail it to you. We will provide the shipping back. It's all free to you, and that's for everybody that resides in Covington County.
Y'all need to have 2 hours on this show.
we
could
fit
go
it in-
on.
Yeah, we could fit in 2 hours what we've got going on
Well,
up there.
we're going to take a quick commercial break. We
Okay.
got to pay the bills. And folks, I'm fascinated. I mean, we've covered from over here, and then we got bubbly here, and we got quirky over here. She likes quirky. Write that down in your book.
Oh, Lord. I'm not going to live that one down.
No, don't walk in the library and say, where's that quirky lady?
So everybody will look at each other.
Yeah, because we're all that way.
Let me tell you, when I went in there and got my car, you were there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think, were you?
Yeah, we talked for a while.
It was neat. Y'all were like really cool, and people were laughing and coming up, and we got a stranger just to take a picture of me standing there with my little thing on there. But we want to be a good friend to that library.
Well,
Good.
And we seriously, I'm not letting you off the hook this time. I came out there once before, and I laid it all out there, and y'all got busy. I got busy. Things changed, but we
That's
want to
life.
be a friend of the library, and we'll offer this TV station to you for anything and everything.
Well, we
out of
appreciate
there.
Cool
that.
beans.
And priority is education.
Yep.
Okay, priority is knowledge,
And also fun.
and you're
Because
having
if
fun.
you can have fun while you're learning, then you're going to retain that information a lot
Oh, I
longer.
remember. Do you know?
Yeah.
I read the book on the Titanic. I think it was called Titanic.
Yeah.
One of my first books I had to read. And I read it, and I said, who is going to want to read this book about, ships sinking and all that?
Oh.
I couldn't put it down from the time I started to finish. And I
That
reread it a couple of times. I had to give a book report on it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still required to give book reports in
Yes.
school?
Yes. AR books are the biggest thing, but they still do book reports.
Wow, because that was one of my favorite times. And nobody ever guessed, but I love standing up in front of that classroom talking
Oh, I
about
wouldn't
my
doubt
books I
that.
read. And I'd embellish a little bit, you know?
You
No,
should.
you-
No, no, you guys are out of here when we leave. No. We'll be back with more right after these messages from these beautiful young ladies up here. I mean, come on, folks, look at them. They're twins. Golly. Boy. And a husband that makes coffee. Wow. Your eyes bubble up when I say that.
He's a good guy.
She's a newlywed. Wait a while.
I don't know. Her eyes still bubble. Well, look, I was going to say her eyes bubble up, and she went. Yeah, 38 years.
Wow.
Can you imagine being with me for 38 years? What kind of library award
They're
do you
going
have
they're
for
going to
her?
put a monument up for her.
Next to Nolan. Folks, we'll be right back right after this. Keep it real. Keep God in it. We love y'all. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. No, good morning and welcome back to WKNI. I had to do that. Good news. I mean, this is great stuff y'all are sharing with us. I mean, hey, bubbly, okay? And I thought she was the librarian, Miss Conservative over here, but she admitted she's quirky.
Quirky's interesting.
Quirky, there we go. Not quirky, quirky.
Quirky.
Quirky. We'll get it right. But anyway, everybody that sees her for the next 24 hours walk up to her and say, "Hi, Miss Quirky."
Oh, Lord, thank you so much.
Yeah, I heard you were quirky. That is WKNI's new word of the day.
What about eccentric? That sounds better.
Can't be allowed now. You done did it.
Rats.
But we've got the wonderful folks from Karin and Caryl
Lee.
or Caryl Lee Ray and
Karin Taylor.
Karin. I got to look at my notes down here. Karin, see, I'm comprehension and retention pays,
It does,
and I'm old.
Well, we all are.
No, we all aren't.
We all are getting there. We're all getting there.
But we got lots of stuff happening, and we can't get it all in.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I will promise you this: I will be like the worst gnat in the world, bugging you all to get on and keep coming up with this stuff, because I'll do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with this kind of stuff for our community.
Well,
We appreciate that, yes.
Any way that we can promote the library and just to show people what we've got, we will do.
All right, hot topics. What we got?
Every Thursday in June at 3 o'clock, we have a program. The first one is June 6th, that's next Thursday, and we have a 1 o'clock program with the teen band, the balloon send-off. We have every Friday morning, we have story time. This summer, we're also having our art contest, where children ages 4 to 12 get to draw pictures. They can do it with crayons, they can do it with pencils, they can do it with markers, they can do it with charcoal. Whatever they want to do, draw me a picture, put their name, their age, and their phone number on the back. And then we have the Arts Council people come in and they judge them. So we don't, that's not my fault.
Yeah, we're not biased. Yeah.
We're not biased. We'd get to display the rest of it in the library, and then at the end of that, we take it down and we take it to Savannah Terrace, the artwork that did not get chosen.
Beautiful
And to
place.
Andalusia Manor.
And to Andalusia Manor.
Yeah.
We get to share it with the residents there.
Wow.
Then the older children, the teenagers, 13 to 18, get to do a photography contest. And it can be black and white, it can be color. We prefer not something huge, but it can be anything. We ask not to have maybe a face, a child's face, because you may not want your child displayed in the library for a year. We also have the summer reading program. The teachers send out the list, the 6th grade, 7th grade, the advanced reading classes where they want you to read the books during the summer so that you can be ready when the school starts back. We've already got the 6th grade books pulled, and we've got some 7th grade books pulled, but if we could get the rest of those lists in, we can get the books, and if we don't have it, we'll get it.
Yeah. And
That's huge.
It is
teachers and
huge.
students who have these lists, if you'll bring them up to the library, we'll make copies of them. I'll make sure that we buy several copies of all the books that you're going to need, because we know how important it is to be able to continue to read during the summer.
Well, we saw something here just the other day where a young lady came up and at the city council meeting, and she was talking about the books and everything at the schools.
Right.
Well, you have got the latest and greatest.
Yeah, we will help them out any way we can, and we have worked with librarians in the middle school and high school and elementary school, and we will continue to do all that we can to help our schools out.
Now, you mentioned this arts show going on at the Dixon Center. You get all bubbly looking. It's like
We have-
she really
I know.
enjoys this.
She does
I
enjoy
really
it,
do. We
yeah.
have an art show going on right now, Miss Margot Russell's
Right now.
students.
Right now.
I'm
And they
going
have
from here to there.
you're going to be amazed. The pictures are all over the walls. There are boxes that the children have painted, and they're displayed throughout the library, the main the lobby. There are carvings. These children have put a lot of work into this, and a lot of talent has come through.
And Margot's a wonderful, wonderful art teacher.
She's a wonderful art teacher, and it just
magic
blows you
of-
away. She has used the mythology, she's used the Peanut Lady, she's used self-portraits, and the children's talent just comes through and their imagination.
Yeah, and some experimental art too, which is very interesting. You know, where they did the shadowing.
Where they did the shadowing of the faces.
You guys are going to be there when you go back. and
Oh,
all that.
yeah.
So I'll be
Yeah.
over there later on with
Okay.
cameras and
Cool.
stuff. I will do a special report on that this weekend.
Great, great.
We talked about some great possibilities and ideas that WKNI and the library might be doing here in the very near future.
Sure.
And I'd love to do the book report
Oh, yeah.
with the kids, okay? And I'll do something that if they get selected, that we take them to get them an ice cream or whatever.
Yeah,
That's one of our goals that we do in our family. You read 10 books, you get to go to the icy store. You
Right.
read 100 books for the summer, you get to go to Big Kahuna's or Shipwreck Island. We
Well,
set the goals.
We got that new yogurt place next door
Oh,
to
yes.
the
Yeah,
new
yeah,
studio.
Craving.
Yep, yep.
Ho 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 ho! You craving, man? I'm gonna be there. They got lunch too. Did you know
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yes.
They got good cheeseburgers.
They have good club
Man.
sandwiches.
Oh, there you go. Man, I'll tell you, that's what I get when I go there. Club sandwiches that thick,
Good greasy
and it's
French
not
fries.
double. Ooh, the French fries are fresh cut. They're not none of those frozen, do them later things.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the library. Hours of operation.
We're open from Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and then we're open on Saturdays from 8 to 12. Of course, the Dixon room is open at night, but they have a different door to come into, and they pick up a key and then drop it back off with us.
All right, and next week, well, we got all this going on this week. Next week, we'll have a time for you to come on and talk about what's coming up. Is that all right?
That
All
sounds
right.
good to me.
Folks, I'm telling you, this is real. I mean, I've been down to that library, and this is real. This is what really happens down there. The folks are just generally very willing to help you, and they have a personality second to none over there. You guys are, I'm waiting to see that light up over y'all's head.
Yeah.
Remember, what was her name? The angel that was on TV all the time. Touched by an angel.
Oh,
Touched
yeah.
by a librarian. and it ain't with a switch.
No,
Okay?
it's with knowledge.
That's
There you
right,
go.
it's in the book.
And how do they get up with you, by phone or email?
They can call us at 334-222-6612, and our email address is andylibrary@andycable.com.
There you go, folks.
Or you can get in touch with us through Facebook.
Yeah, we're on
Oh yeah,
Facebook.
I was going to do that, but yeah, they're on Facebook too. And we got to get out of here, but thanks so much for coming
Thank you
on.
for asking
for
us.
You guys are
having
awesome,
us.
both
Well,
of
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Man, I was like,
all of our staff is awesome.
Well,
Every single one of them.
I was telling Carlton over there, I'm going, man, we got librarians coming.
Well, you've
And-
never seen librarians like our
You
librarians.
need to come to a story time.
Yeah.
Oh, I have. I did come.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah, I
filmed
think it was Greg Gambrill was reading or
Yes,
something, the former
yes,
DA.
it was.
And totally awesome.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it when we get off. Love y'all. God bless you. Have a wonderful, safe weekend. And we'll be back with you Monday morning, bright and early. It ain't a short weekend. It's a long. Oh, yeah, we got the flea market coming up. I forgot. But right after this. But we'll be here with your Covenant or WKNI TV 25 flea market online. And be sure to stay tuned for that. But thanks for tuning in. God bless you. We'll be right back right after these messages.